What's going on, Fast Turn Radio watchers, listeners, replay catchers, gompers? What's up, man? Hope everybody is doing well tonight. We're just a little bit past 8. I got caught up watching the Reds game, but we're here, we're live, and life is good. Life is very good. So had some interesting things going on this week, one of which actually took place today. I had several pay it forward coaching calls. So if you're not familiar, if you're not a part of Scanner Monkey, you kind of missed out. Scanner Monkey, Jay Bain had what I think is just a brilliant idea. At first I was kind of like, I don't know. But man, after I did the calls and the energy I got from it, I was like, this was awesome. So pay it forward was his idea of help 3 people. It's kind of in line with the movie. And I guess like last Thursday was pay it forward day or something. So this is what he did for pay it forward day. Help 3 people through coaching, through phone calls, however you arrange it, have those 3 people help 3 other people, and so on and so forth. I actually ended up signing up, I think 5 or 6 clients. I had 6 calls today. I think 5 of them were pay it forward and then 1 regular coaching call. So I had 5 calls. It was awesome. Had a great time just getting to know some of the people in our community. I'm going to forget someone. I know. Helene. I spoke with Candace and Caroline and Chris, Michael, and who am I leaving out? I knew it. I shouldn't even have started talking because I'm blanking on the name and I shouldn't do that. I am sorry to whoever I'm leaving out. Okay. I can't just leave it like that. I got to go look back at my calendar because that is just totally unacceptable. That's why I have a calendar. Yeah, let's see. It was Helene, Caroline, Chris, Michael. Amjad. That's right, Amjad. How could I forget him? He's in freaking India. That's right. I had a talk with somebody in India today. That was awesome. I'm going to talk a little bit about the same thing that I talked with him about, which is, he's in India. He's trying to do this business, and he's like, how do I cut through some of the hurdles being this far away? One of the best ways is what I pulled off, and others have before I did it. Leron actually gave me the idea. He gets full credit for the idea of direct shipping from a wholesale supplier to Amazon. But that's one of the things that I told Amjad that he should start looking at because it is freaking awesome. Let me tell you. Yeah. All right. Agus. Yeah. Amjad is a cool dude. So he knows him. Yeah. Let's start with that. So last Thursday, I placed an order with my wholesaler. And I asked him, do you know anything about Amazon FBA direct shipping? And the rep that I spoke to, she was just a basic customer service person. She wasn't an actual rep. I shouldn't say basic. Don't take basic the wrong way. I mean, it's an important job. It's just not the job of the person I needed. So she was not a sales rep. She was a customer service rep. So she got me in touch with the sales rep, and I was assigned my own sales rep, which if you can get that, most companies will assign you a sales rep, and that is awesome. So I spoke with my sales rep. I said, do you have any idea what I'm talking about? She said, yep, I know exactly what you're talking about. We do it all the time. It is no big deal. So here are the box dimensions. You send us the shipping labels. Your stuff's going to the warehouse. And so that's what I did. And they shipped. I ordered it on Thursday. They shipped on Thursday. They arrived on Monday at Amazon, got received overnight between Monday and Tuesday, woke up Tuesday morning, and it was in stock. They did a little trans-shipping. I think it might have been, I might have exaggerated there. I think it was available to buy but back ordered and in stock either that night or possibly this morning. But I think it was in stock yesterday. There was a little bit in stock yesterday. I know there was. So there's your turnaround time. I saved money on the shipping to me. I saved money I saved time by direct shipping to Amazon. So I didn't have to wait. Usually it's about 4 to 5 business days for it to get to me. And then it takes another 2 to 3 days to get to Amazon. So I cut out a lot of that time and saved a ton of money on the shipping. Usually shipping to me from that company runs between $60 and $100. So it was fantastic. Oh, look at that. Love it. Agus, man, love it. He says, I owe you for that, man. I mentioned that to two of my new wholesalers today. They said, yes, they would ship for me. Woohoo. Dude, that is awesome. Didn't even know it was possible. Yeah, it's amazing. Okay. We no longer have to hide in the corner of being FBA sellers, guys. This is a big change from what I was seeing just a couple of years ago. People not only know what we do, they encourage what we do, and they're working with us. They're not saying, oh no, you sell on Amazon, I can't really deal with you. I'm not getting that. I'm getting a lot of positive feedback, and now they're taking it a step further, and they're starting to show you that they ship. The reason this came up, Leron mentioned it to me, and then I saw another company that actually had it listed on their website, we drop ship. Well, their idea of drop ship is to Amazon. So, and in the midst of all that, I did switch over to co-mingled. So my inventory, and you can switch back and forth. I'd love to have questions about co-mingled because I know people have them. I know you have concerns. And we talked a little bit about it last week. I can give you a better idea as I've done more this week. So yeah, we switched to co-mingled. So nothing had to be stickered, nothing, no delays whatsoever. And it went smooth as could be. So I was excited about it. That stuff got into inventory in a heartbeat. It has not started selling, but since I'm the only one on the listing, I figure it's going to take a little while to get some traction. But you are able to commingle. You can switch in and out between commingling and stickered. If your inventory has expiration dates, it has to be stickered, regardless of how your account is set up. So you cannot send any inventory with expiration dates commingled. They will force you to sticker them. So, all right, Debbie says, how do you commingle? All right, a couple of the requirements. One, like I already mentioned, it cannot have an expiration date. Two, the UPC code has to exactly match the listing on Amazon, because all the worker is doing at Amazon is bringing up your product. Okay, so I ship in these little Sharpies and they scan that barcode. So instead of having an FN SKU sticker, which is what we usually put over the barcode, it just has the barcode. So that's what they scan to know what that product is and that it's going into the pile of other commingled inventory. So it has to have a valid barcode, and the barcode exactly has to match the listing that you're trying to put your product on. And so if you had a 2-pack, different barcodes, different products, no problem, as long as the barcode matches the listing. And commingled just simply means they receive all the inventory from the commingling people and they put it all in a pile. So when you get an order, they take your product out of the pile and they turn around and they send it to the customer, or they take somebody else's, like Gomper. Gompers is here in the room. Maybe he sends it in commingled, and somebody orders, and he's in California. I'm East Coast, right? So say somebody in California orders from me, but they actually take Gomper's same product and they send it to the customer. They don't actually take mine like you do with the FN SKU labeled stickered inventory. And that's where some people get concerned that, okay, it's not my product, I didn't send it in. What happens if it's claimed as counterfeit, or what if it's not in really not in new condition? The packaging's beat up, or if there's a lot of what ifs. And for me, it's just not a big concern. If it is a concern, hey, if I'm sending in frozen and I think it may be subject to counterfeit, I just turn on stickering and I go right back in, and now I'm labeling. Now, one thing that I did learn is once you create an MSKU, you can create an MSKU with no product, right? Like, I'm going to sell this eventually. And then you go in and you decide to actually send in the product. So I've done that before. I've created listings, but I wasn't actually ready to send in the product. So it was just an MSKU in my inventory. But then when you decide to actually send in that inventory, if you're stickered, then that forevermore, that MSKU will be tied to the fact that it's stickered inventory. So even if you turn your account to commingled, you will not be able to use that MSKU. You will have to create a second MSKU for that same product. So one for commingled, one for stickered, and then you decide how you want to send the product in. That took me a little while to figure out. It was kind of confusing because I had a product that was, I was still commingled, and Amazon thought I could commingle it, but I couldn't because it had an expiration date. Or no, I'm sorry, it was a bundle. That's what it was. It was a bundle, and they tried to they tried to tell me I could commingle it. Well, I couldn't because I didn't have a barcode. There was no physical barcode. It's just one that I made up for the listing. So, I went back in, and even though I'd never sent that product, I told them I was going to, and I deleted the listing. Under the commingled, I had to create a second MSKU for the stickered service, for the stickered, I don't know, inventory type, I guess is the right way to say it. So some of the little glitches that I came across, that hopefully if you decide to go commingled, you understand you can switch back and forth, but there are some hiccups along the way, and I'm sure I'll stub my toe a time or two more. But hey, it's pretty cool. I like it. I like the speed. I like the money savings. And so that's a little bit of what I learned. Dan Metters is here. What's up, Dan? Mindy says, if I did commingled, do I need to cover the extra barcodes such as serial numbers? I don't believe so. I mean, hopefully, I don't know for sure. There, Leron says no. I mean, yeah, I would hope that a worker would know the difference between a barcode and, I don't know, this doesn't have the serial number. I know what you're talking about, but no, just a scannable barcode is all you're looking for. Dan Metter says we don't. Okay, so Dan's commingled too. And this goes back to a point, and somebody said, props for saying that. But understand, one of my big reasons for going to commingled is because guys like Dan and guys like Leron, who are doing literally hundreds of thousands of dollars a month in sales, are commingled. And I know several other multi-million-dollar sellers who are commingled. It expedites the process. I understand, I never had to touch the product. All I did was call my wholesaler, and I said, please send this stuff in. And they shipped it straight in. I never touched it. That's product that I now have listed for sale and will start selling soon. But that's product that is now listed that I never touched. So I can still work on other parts of my business. That is awesome. I'm not even paying anyone to do. And then I have a helper who helps me pack. And she asked me, she said, is this going to make me kind of obsolete where you don't really need help packing anymore? I said, not a chance. It's going to make you more valuable than ever, because now I'm going to be able to do more. Okay, we're going to have more inventory. We're going to have more tracking, and we're going to have more stuff that we're going to have to do as a business versus just packing and shipping the way we have been. It frees up our time to be able to do more. And so I'm really excited about it. I think it's going to help us grow just, maybe not exponentially, but quite a bit in the future as I talk to more companies who are able to do this. So Joe asks, Seller Central said I had to create a new listing plus an FSKU. How do you create an FSKU? They might have meant MSKU, which is merchant SKU. What's that? Stock keeping unit, I think is what SKU stands for. Now there is an FN SKU, but Amazon creates that when you create your MSKU. The FN SKU is the fulfillment network SKU. And that's what they use to track your inventory. It usually starts with like an XOO or, I think usually an X00 something or other. So I'm not sure what they meant by FSKU. And yeah, if you use, there we go. Brandon said, Amazon via the shipment workflow screens creates the FN SKU for you, or a third-party software does it. Yes, that is true. Becky says, I can't figure out where the commingled option is. All right, excellent. Thank you for that question. It is in Seller Central under Settings, Fulfillment by Amazon, Inventory. I think it's Inventory Settings or Inventory Options. And then it says Stickerless Commingled Inventory, Enabled or Disabled. So, Michael Minnick, what's happening? All right, so let me pull this up real quick. Where in the world do I have this? How do I get you off my screen? No, I don't want to confirm purchase. I just want you to get off my screen. Sorry, guys. I have my, there we go. No, Lordy. No, it's up here. Okay, sorry. I was just trying to shut down my calendar that was up on the wrong screen. Did I just lose my, no, there's my Zoom. My God, I'm sorry, guys. Whole picture just disappeared. You see my face turn red? I thought I just closed down the whole meeting. My goodness. All right, let's try this again. I'm going to answer Becky's question. Exactly. So it's in Seller Central, settings, fulfillment by Amazon, inventory settings, stickerless commingled inventory, disabled or enabled. So that's where you're looking. All right, just wanted to read that for sure. And it is right underneath the automated long-term storage removals and some of the other inbound settings, that kind of stuff. So hope that helps. Thank you, Becky. And I am glad I did not kick everybody out of the meeting. Yeah, it's about halfway down the page. Let's see, is there, yeah, you'll figure it out. Becky, if you need help, let me know. I'll show you real quick. I'm just afraid I don't really want to throw my address and email address and all that stuff up here, which is all part of what you guys could see if I switched over to the shared screen. Lori says Seller Central is still broken. I'm sorry, Lori. Yeah, Seller Central, in case you guys don't know, has had some serious issues today. Becky said she'll call me tomorrow. That's cool. You know my number. Give me a call. Yeah, my Seller Central luckily was down just for a little bit, maybe an hour or so where I noticed, and everything seems to be working now. So, yeah, I think it was something about the Unified. Dan knows. Are you new to Amazon Unified? So, oh, Michael Minnick was hanging out with Dennis Smith today. That's cool. Network, guys. It's all about networking. Dennis is an awesome guy. I had the opportunity to spend time with him at the Scan Power conference, and I learned just what a great guy he is. So great job of getting out and networking. Dennis Smith is amazing. He's doing things. I mean, he shot out of the gate, no holds barred. That guy does not have a drop of fear in him. You know, he'll drop 30 grand like it's $10. Yeah, stand-up guy, exactly. Just as honest as he could be, straightforward, blunt, to the point of it may hurt your feelings a little bit, but you're going to hear it how it is. So I respect Dennis highly, think a lot of him, and excited that you had the opportunity to meet him as well. Speaking of the Scan Power Conference, real quick, guys, if you're going to sign up, yeah, you got to get signed up soon. Scan Power Conference is going to be in July, the end of July. I think the 12th. I should have the dates, and I don't. I'm sorry. If anybody knows, please let me know. It's a high dollar conference, but it's all inclusive. Okay, meals are going to be paid for. Hotels going to. There we go. Thank you, Leron. July 13th to the 15th. There you go. It's a high dollar ticket because it's exclusive. It's just that simple, and it's all inclusive. So we're going to pay for the Scan Power pays for the meals, hotel, AV, all that stuff, the conference room, everything at the hotel. Going to have some after party get-togethers or after conference parties, whatever you want to call them. And it's an incredible lineup. And you're going to have time. You want to talk to me one-on-one? I'm going to be available. John Lawson's going to be available. Irma, Rajos. You know, you guys know Irma. Irma is going to be there. Of course, Chris Green, Jay Bain, KIB. It is insane. Yeah, Agus. It's going to be great. The hotel itself, one day is $499. Okay, so this is a $2,000 ticket. The hotel, you're going to get 3 nights of hotel, $499. Think about it, right? So you're not going to pay for food. You're not going to pay for the hotel. You're not going to pay any extras. There's no vendors. And that's another reason why it's going to be exclusive. There are no vendors. So nobody's going to be pitching anything to you. You're paying all that up front, and you get us and our time and our undivided attention for 2 days. Okay. So we're, it's incredible. It's an opportunity. You want to talk with me? This is going to be your last chance for the year. I am not going to any other conferences. I'm not going to CES. I didn't go to SCO. Obviously, I'm still sitting here in my office. I will not be anywhere else for the rest of the year. This is the last one. You are at Downtown Disney. Thank you, Agus. You're at Downtown Disney. You're going to have access to the parks. I believe they have like half-day ticket discounts. So if you want to go to the park at night, you want to take your family and go to the park at night, it's going to be available to you at a discount. But you need to understand, you know, John Lawson's time is worth $2,000. It's the Jason P. Smith is going to be there. Steve Sawyer, you want to learn from a multi-million-dollar seller? Steve Sawyer is going to be there. Irma's going to be there. She does like 1.6. KIB, who's doing like $50,000 a month. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that or not. She didn't tell me I could, but I'm going to tell you. She's doing $50,000 a month by herself. This is an older lady, but she's going to show you how she does it. And she's going to be there to ask those questions and to get that information. It is a valuable, valuable ticket. So yeah, is it high priced? Somewhat. But when you understand exactly what you're getting for that money, it is as cheap a ticket as you will ever find. You will have the undivided attention of, I think there's approximately 12 presenters, big, big names. I took a screenshot of the people that are just in a group that we're, you know, where we're talking about this stuff. And it's amazing. Matt Kelly's going to be there. Harvey Specter, you know, the mysterious Harvey Specter will be there. Todd Forster is going to be there. So the $100,000 a month guys are going to be there to help you, to show you what they're doing. It's, when you look at everything you're getting, it's a cheap, cheap ticket. And if you have a partner that you want to go with, it's $2,000 for a single person, $3,000 for partners. If you're local to the area, you can get a discount if you don't really need the hotel. So we're trying to make it as convenient as possible. But in order to put this thing on the way we wanted, and it's limited to 100 people, you know we're going to over deliver, but we needed to keep it small, and we needed to make sure that everything's covered. We want to make sure that there is plenty of money, that you guys don't have to worry about anything. So there you go. That's my pitch on the Scam Power Conference. It's amazing. I'm taking my family. We're going to go to Disney probably a couple of days before. We'll probably go a day or two after, have a nice conference with all you guys in between. So hopefully you can make it, but we need to know soon. Got to get signed up. All right. Enough of that. Back to the fun stuff. Let's see. So where were we with all this stuff? The numbers. Let's do the road to 500K. Road to 500K is shaping up pretty well so far this month. We'll do the screen share. All right, can you guys see my screen? Hopefully you see my numbers sitting up there. Yes, no, somebody? Just want to, yes, okay, cool, thank you. All right, so this is what I'm liking. Our 30-day is just under 25,000 now. So it's at 24,625. The 7-day is at 7,000. 15-day is at 14,000. So we're inching up to that 30,000 mark, and it's getting there. So I'm excited about that. So everything's in line. Got a couple days left on our disbursement, and that's a little over $7,000. So I'm excited about. Oh, you guys don't see. Okay, do you guys see my numbers now? I'm sorry. Make sure we got. Yeah, you see it. All right, good deal. I thought maybe you just saw the home screen. All right. So that's where our numbers stand. So pretty excited about that. I think we're going to try to. There we go. All right. We're at 750 on the day, so we're having a good day. You see, yesterday was an amazing day at almost 1,700. Very excited about that. Now, make sure I give the good with the bad. The day before, so on Monday, we did $325 the whole freaking day, and nothing's really changed. I did a tiny bit of repricing, but it was minuscule. Why we had a $325 day out of nowhere, I have no clue. We should sell that in like just a single product. That was insane. Then the very next day to have the extreme of a $1,700 day was just unreal. And you see 747 is more in line. You'll see it when I pull it up month to date. We're doing about $1,000 a day. Here we are on May 6th. The night is not over, but we are averaging right at $1,000 a day. We're at 5,733. So today's sales are 747. So for the last 5 days, we have averaged exactly $1,000 a day. So I'm excited, very excited about that. You see, last year, this is where the fun. I've been waiting for this for a while. You see, last year we did $6,769.50 the entire month of May. So just under $7,000 all month. Last year we were over $5,000. So we're about $1,000 off of what we did all last year. So yeah, that's that. Yeah, last May was not a good month at all. Somebody mentioned the ASP. Sun King FBA said, nice ASP, thank you. Yes, a little over $25 per order. Per unit's a little bit less than that, but it's right in that ballpark. And yes, of course, I will do the year to date. And I like to pull that up under the custom so you can get a true year over year snapshot. Because if I pull the year to date, it'll just show you simply what we did last year total. And I don't really want that. I want year over year. So we'll go back to January 1st. And you see that we are at $86,000 so far in the first basically 4 months and a little this year. And then last year at the same time, so we're a little over 86,000 so far this year as of May 6th. And last year we were at 47,000 during that same time period. So we we're almost $40,000 more in sales for the same period. And not quite double, but pretty darn close. And by the end of June, because we had a horrible June last year as well, we will be right on pace to double what we did last year. So I'm telling you, the road to 500K is looking more and more possible. So I'm excited. I'm liking what I'm seeing. I've been talking about shoes quite a bit because I just love shoes, man. It's just high. It's high ASP, high margin stuff, and it's easy. So we'll show you just the shoes so far this year, just under $5,000. $41 ASP on those shoes, 115 pairs sold. Today, we've only sold one for $29.95. Trying to think. Oh yeah, that was the $13 shoes, I think, that we paid. We bought $13 shoes and sold them for $29.95. And the month to date, we're trying to hit about 2 pairs of shoes per day, and we're right at 2 pairs a day. So we're on pace to hit 60 pairs of shoes for this month. ASP is $38 on those. So $464 in the first 5 days. So that I am very excited about the way the shoes are going. I really, really am. I've moved more to the shoes and away from the clothing personally. I just enjoy it more. All right, so we got a couple of questions. Michael says, working on shoe approval now. Can't wait to get me some shoes. Yes, sir. They're good stuff. And my shoes I have sent straight to my team member, so she does all my packing on shoes. I very rarely do any. But if I do, then, if I buy them retail arbitrage, then I'll do them myself. The ones that I order online, they go straight to my team member. So again, I never touch the product, and it just makes the company money. Sun King FBA says, I'm about to get ungated for shoes, but I need a game plan for sourcing and threads and treads, my friend. That's my honest answer. That is the best place to learn once you're ungated. It's Amazon to Amazon flips. We also teach you how to source the shoes, how to list them, some of the difficulties that you're going to run into as you source shoes. So Becky and Lisa and David have done an amazing job with Threads and Treads, and they have set up a course and a group all in one, plus they give you flips. It's It's been incredible. So there, Becky's got the link for you. Really I'm honored to be a part of it. Um, it's expensive at $100 a month, but when you start putting up numbers like this in comparison, it's a pretty cheap investment. If you can learn to do what I've learned to do, $100 pays for itself quickly. And if it doesn't, then shoot, you got a 7-day money back guarantee, and it's month-to-month payment. If you don't think it's worth it, you're not going to hurt our feelings. If the group's not a fit, you just don't pay for the next month. But I'll tell you now, we've got 200 people in that group, and we keep 200 people. I expected that group to be about 100. So we are keeping a lot more people than I ever expected, and a lot of happy customers that you're seeing in the chat right now. So, Ann Pope says, watch for me next month. Awesome, Ann. Thank you. And Michael said, not bad. Yeah, I mean, relative to what you're getting, it is, again, it's, it sounds expensive, $100 a month. It is expensive, but relative to what you're receiving, it's a bargain. So kind of keep that in mind. Leron is in that group. Honored to have him in there. And yeah, Becky does a better job of explaining this stuff. Learn what to source, where to source, wholesale, liquidation, etc. Yes, they give you actual wholesalers. Okay, you want a wholesale clothing? Becky and Lisa gave you actual wholesale sources that you can go to get wholesale clothing. So, all right, enough about all that. Unless you got a question specific to, I'll let Becky field any questions about threads and treads. But that's, the question was raised, what do I do next? Threads and treads is what you do next. And you'll start seeing results like this too. And you see last month, we did 1,300 in shoes. Okay, so that's just in shoes. This month, we're on pace at least for what, roughly $2,000 in shoes. So, all right. Oh, somebody asked about the box. Yeah, okay, Becky's got it. She's going to answer your questions about boxes. Yeah, they need to be polybagged or boxed. That's for anyone listening on audio. I guess I should read this stuff. So Becky says shoes can be sent via box or polybag. You just need to have a non-adhesive band that keeps the lid on. So you could put the box in a polybag, or you could wrap the box with stretch wrap. Mindy says rubber bands. I personally do not recommend rubber bands because rubber bands can break. So I say stretch wrap the box. That's kind of what we teach you. Not telling Mindy, no, Mindy is within the guidelines. I'm just not confident in my rubber bands making it from here to there, sitting in the hot sun, or sitting in a hot warehouse getting dry rotted and then breaking. But yeah, do not use tape. Definitely. That is the one thing you do not use unless it's removable tape. They say that's okay. I'm not sure what removable tape would be. Maybe painter's tape, but I wouldn't risk it. Again, use the stretch wrap. Yes, and Kim, excellent point, says hopefully they won't sit long enough to dry rot. Yes, excellent point. Okay, any other questions about the numbers, where things stand, any of that? Happy to show categories that I sold in. They're just all over the place. So any questions whatsoever before I take down the screen share? Great numbers, keep it up. What percentage of your sales are wholesale? Mindy, that's an excellent question. All I can give you is a rough estimate. It runs between about 40 and 50%. I do not have my numbers crunched to the point where I can give you a hard, fast number. I apologize for that. I probably need to figure that out because I get that question a lot. And I was even supposed to answer that for fourth quarter, and I never got around to crunching the numbers on that. So, yeah, the rest, this is my guess. Okay. And please forgive me if I crunch the numbers and I end up being wrong, but I think we are roughly 50% wholesale, 40% online arbitrage, and 10% retail arbitrage. That's my guess. I do a weekly run to some of the stores and we'll send that in, but I don't do a lot of retail anymore. Mostly wholesale, a lot of OA, and a little bit of RA. Wholesale, any idea of what your average ROI is? Yeah, it runs right around 50%. Actually, I did run my numbers for April because I had some questions, and I did a little mini course within my coaching that talked about the wholesale. And I want to say at that time, my ROI on wholesale, I want to say it was 70 So, you don't have to think, oh, I'm going wholesale, I'm going to be in the 10% range. No, that's just not true. Can you be? Absolutely. But now that is not margin. That is return on investment, just to make that clear. The margin is what, 70% would probably be closer to a 25% margin, maybe. Yeah, Kim says, okay, this is cool. All right. I'm going to take the numbers down if that's okay with everybody. If we need it, I can bring it back up. But okay. Mindy, great question. He said, if you don't mind, how much do you typically spend on product a month? I will get to that in just a second. But let's get to Kim's question first. Wholesalers I've talked to so far don't offer better prices than I can find at retail. Not very motivating. I need to keep digging. Yes, you do. Also know that there is tiered pricing. Okay, some of the wholesalers out there, if you buy 10 units, it's going to be this price. But if you buy 20 units, it's going to be this price. And so you get tiers. The more you buy, the more you save. Sometimes they display that. Sometimes you have to ask about it. So don't be afraid to say, if I buy, $5,000 worth or $10,000 worth, or I buy 10 cases or 20 cases instead of one, what kind of breaks can I get? You'll often find there's either maybe free shipping or, a 10% discount. Things like that are very common. And that's where reps are invaluable. Instead of looking through a catalog and assuming that that's the best deal you can get, talk to a rep and ask them, is there some kind of tiered pricing? Is there a way I can get a little better price? Those reps are worth their weight in gold. I know you've heard me say that before. I know you've heard Shar Anderson say that, and it is absolutely true. Talk to other sellers. I talked to people today. I gave them a couple of wholesale sources. I'm coaching people. I'm talking with them. I'm paying it forward. Hey, you want to know what I did? Here. I went here. I went there. This is what I did. I am very open when I do coaching. So I was more than happy to share that information with them. I just rather not do it to, a few hundred people that might listen to the replays, and the 60 some, I think. Yeah, 64 people that are here. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. Okay, now back to Mindy's question. Duane, if you don't mind me asking, how much do you typically spend on product a month? It is increasing amazingly. Typically, I probably spend about $10,000 a month, and that's where we've been running the $20,000 sales per month. So typically, we're spending about 10. On Monday, 3 different orders. I sent out checks for $4,200, for $4,200, $5,400, and $1,800. So what was that? About $11,000, $12,000 day. Yeah, that was an expensive one. That hurt a little. So yeah, it's Dan said, laugh out loud, it's definitely increasing. Yes, one of those checks went to Dan. We're working on some stuff. So yeah, it's what you got to do to grow. Spend some of that money. And the cool thing is we still got some in the bank. So when the opportunities come up, I'll still hit them. What's your mix these days of fast turn, slow turn? All right. Excellent question. I still do fast turns. I just do more of them. And Cordelia, I saw your question. I will get to it in just a second. So I do a combination of fast turn, well, or not a combination. I do fast turns, but I might buy somewhere between 2 and 4 months worth, or maybe even 6 months worth at a time, so that I can get some of that lower pricing. So I know, this is long shelf life stuff, or it doesn't expire at all. And I know I can just sell it continually throughout the year. So it sells fast. It's just, it's not going to sell 1,000 units tomorrow, but I might need to buy 1,000 units in order to bring that price down to where it's a reasonable amount where I can make money on each unit that I do sell. So, that's some of the tiered pricing that I was telling you about is, you got to bring it down from, top tier. Maybe you got to buy a little more than you're comfortable with, but since we're in a position where it's okay if we sell those items that sell 2 or 3 or 5 a day over the next 4 months, I'm okay with that. Alan Underkoffler, I think if I said that name right, is here live with us. Alan, another rock star in this world. I missed the opportunity to meet him at ASD, but I was looking forward to it. We chat quite a bit. Alan is another guy that I just have mad respect for, doing great stuff, living life to its fullest. All right, so let's get back. Cordelia said, are those new listings or already on Amazon? Most of what I do is already on Amazon. Every now and then I will create a new listing, but most of what I do is already there. I do create some multi-packs, some bundles, and those I obviously have to create myself. Do you have any advice for someone who is just starting out in low capital? Should I consider taking out a small business loan? Dorothy, no. Dear Lord, no. Maybe you don't know me very well, and that's okay. You came to the right place before you took out a loan. Do not borrow money, ever, in any form, fashion, credit cards, business loans, Cabbage, or anybody else. Oh my God, no, do not borrow money. You grow your business slow and without debt, and you grow over time. That's how you do it securely, safely, without risk. That's my way to do it. Yeah, August said, take a deep breath, so I did. No, I would never, ever, ever, for the love of anything, would I take out a loan. No, I grew my business, started 2 years ago, almost 2.5 years ago. That's kind of weird to think about now. 2.5 years ago with $1,500 in cash. I've never borrowed a dime. I will never borrow a dime. Cars are paid for, house is paid for. We've paid off everything in our lives. Why would I borrow anything? No. You can do so much when you don't have, you know why I could walk away from a $65,000 AT&T job? Because we didn't have any debt. We had a house payment at the time. That was it. We could cover those bills very easily. And it's just, I would not know what to do if I had debt in my life. It drives me nuts that I have to pay a stinking utility bill. So no, grow slowly, make smart buys, do fast turns, reinvest that money over and over and over. That is my advice to you. You want to take that small investment, whatever it is. I don't care if it's $500. Last year at this time, we were doing the bootstrap challenge. I don't know if you guys remember. We started with $500 and said, how much can you turn this into in 30 days? And I think we ended up doing about $700 or $800 that month off that 500. And I did not work very hard at it. Honestly, I just didn't have time to get to the stores. But if you have a low budget, do not do wholesale. Go to the stores, find the clearance section, Walgreens, Target, Walmart, Toys R Us, anywhere that has clearance. Grocery stores, go to the grocery stores and get the buy one, get one free stuff from Publix. I do that too. That's where you spend your money. That's how you grow your business slowly over time. Fast turns will get you there. Do not borrow money. All that does is puts pressure on you and puts risk in your business that you do not need. You are taking out money to buy products that you hope make enough to be able to pay back that debt. And if not, you are in deep, deep trouble. That's a bad plan. What happens if Amazon shuts down your account and you have a $10,000 loan that is just sitting there haunting you? You're up a creek. You know what happens if Amazon shuts down my account? I go find something else in this world to do. So, yeah. Dan Metter says, I love cheap financing. Duane should forward me his finance options. Yeah, no, there are no finance options. There's no nothing. Not happening. Okay. Now that started a whole firestorm. People were laughing. They knew I was going to kind of go off a little bit there. Mindy said, or maybe insurance from Amazon not to shut me down. They want their money. There you go. You could, take out an Amazon loan thinking that they won't shut you down. I don't know if there's any truth to that, but I'm still not going down that road. You guys just blew up the chat. There was a question back here somewhere. I can't find it now. Because every time you say something else, the whole thing drops to the bottom. All right, there's Cordelia. New listings on my phone. Oh, fast turns. There we go. Low on capital. Okay, that was the question that started it. Yes, Jeanette Burnett says debt drastically increases risk. I totally agree. Maybe Duane will finance you himself, invest in his capital in you, so as another stream of income. No, not only do I not borrow money, I do not loan money. I did that once. You know what? It made me mad. It made me beyond mad. and it totally changed the relationship. I'm a big Dave Ramsey nut. You'll hear him talk about that. It changed the relationship. That was, yeah, yeah. So now if something comes up, yeah, we just give money. We do not loan money. And so anyway, yeah. And it was somebody borrowed money. I won't say who, but somebody borrowed money for college. They needed textbooks or something, and it was a few $100s. It wasn't a lot, but my graduation present to them when they did graduate from college, I said, forget the loan. It's forgiven. And such weight was lifted off my shoulders. I don't know how that person felt. I mean, they seemed very grateful, and I think they were, but it meant a lot to me to not have that nagging feeling of, man, really? You just went and got a tattoo because you owe me, a few $100. That's not really cool. So that's the kind of thing that happens when you start to loan people money, is you start to judge what they do in their personal lives. And if you don't think that changes a relationship, you have no idea. Yeah, it's insane. You start to judge that person, and that's not good. You don't want to judge people. Dan Metter says, we do use bonus-based credit cards, but we have never paid a single penny in interest. We had a good show with Jason T. Smith a little while back, and we talked about that, and he kicked my butt in the discussion. I know that, but that's fine. Because I don't get as fired up as he does. So he was my guest. I took it easy, but yeah, I think I made my points at least. It's just a personal decision. If you guys want to use credit cards, go for it. If you think I'm going to endorse you using credit cards, no way, not happening. All right, and whoever is, my phone had to leave, but said thank you for the show. So my phone, you're welcome, and catch the replay. Michael Minnick said, nah, you won. That's funny. No, I didn't. I took it easy on Jason. I'll let you guys kind of get both sides of the story. All right. So we got about 10 minutes left. What did B say? B must have said something. Where is it? Oh, I give Dave Ramsey's books as graduation gifts. B, I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Great job. Yes, that is awesome. So, Dan says, you're awesome, Duane. You stand behind your beliefs. Yes, I do. I absolutely do. What was let's touch on that for the next couple minutes, and then we'll wrap up the show. What was the Amazon Business Seller Program that you got approved for earlier today? It's business to business. I don't know a lot about it. I read the frequently asked questions, and as far as I can tell, there's two big benefits to it. Business, if a registered business buyer account wants your product, you can offer them discounts, which maybe makes your product look more attractive than your competition, but they can only see it if they are a business account owner. So it's special business pricing, and you can maybe do some bulk pricing if you choose to. I thought that was kind of neat because I want to be able to say, hey, if you're buying this for your house, it's going to be this much. But if you're buying it for your business, yeah, here's a discount because I'm a business owner, you're a business owner. I'm not going to nickel and dime you to death, but I would prefer that you buy from me versus the other person. And if somebody is logged into their business account, I don't think they see the other offers. There was some wording, so I'm still trying to figure that out about seeing the other offers. But so I can offer special business pricing. And what was the other thing? There was something else that kind of jumped out at me. Of course, your metrics all have to be in line, all that good stuff. But yeah, the search function. So if they are signed in as a business customer, they can use a search function where, like I said, that's what it was. I kind of put both of those together where they can only find your product. They won't see other products. So there's some little things within the system where you're going to be able to market better to business owners and business specific buyers than just the general public. So I'm still working on it. I just signed up like right before the show started. So just wanted to start a discussion about that. And if you want, you can join Fast Turn Radio Facebook group, and you can kind of see different inventory or adapt it. You can still sell FBA. And from what I read, the way I interpreted it, you can just adapt your current inventory by going into the detail page and editing the offer details. So yeah, I think you can adapt current inventory. It does not get sent in as separate inventory. So you're just making a change to how people see it, who sees it. Do you write a new description? I don't believe so. No, you're not creating a new page. You're just changing the pricing. It's almost like putting something on sale, but instead of the general public seeing the sale price, only business customers see the sale price. So you're not writing a new description. You're still listing on the standard listing. If you offer bulk pricing to a business owner, can they then flip those items on a non-business Amazon seller account? Probably, but I mean, I'm not going to discount something to the point where they're going to be able to make money. I mean, I might give you $1 off an item, but I'm not giving you like half off because shoot, I still got to make some money in this whole thing. Your fees are reduced. That was another thing. Your referral fees are reduced. Go in there, and if you're in Fast Turn Radio, click on the Seller Central link. You'll have to log in to see it. But it said something about fees maybe as low as like 6% or something. So, maybe you are paying a little less. So Amazon's going to basically give you some money to be able to cut prices for business owners, but you still make the same profits. So, yeah. Yeah, and Sunglass says, right, the margin won't be big enough. Maybe use it to buy out inventory and win the buy box. Yeah, you can try to snake your competition if you want. I'm not that kind of guy, but you can try it. But yeah, I don't know it too well, guys. And that's why I try some of this stuff so I can tell you later how it worked out. That's why I signed up for it. If it wasn't for, if it wasn't for me just trying to experiment to find out what this whole thing is so I can bring the information to you, I probably wouldn't have signed up because I don't have a lot of business specific things. I do have a couple, but I'm gonna give it a shot. I'm gonna try to see what I can find out for you and hopefully have some better answers than I do right now because I only spent about 5 minutes reading over the frequently asked questions. Linda asked, was everybody offered that? I don't believe everybody was. You had to have certain metrics. You had to have, of course, a pro seller account. I know a lot of people were offered the option, but all you have to do is click on it and say, I want to become a business account, and just that quick, it was done. So I'm going to go in to my account real quick and see if anything has changed. So I can tell you here on the spot. So you would just go into your inventory like you normally would, go into actions, edit details, and that's going to go to the offer listing. Looks like everything is still the same right now. So I don't know if it's going to take some time to kind of catch up or if maybe I just don't know what I'm looking at right now, but everything pretty much looks the same to me, I do believe. But anyway, hopefully I'll have some better details for you soon. And I believe that's about it. Were you offered the small and light pilot? No, I was not. I know somebody that was. Apparently, I don't sell enough small and light to qualify for that one. That was a weird program. I mean, unless you're selling like matchbooks or something, I don't know what in the world would qualify. They had some strange requirements. But nope, I did not do that. All right, Cordelia just signed up. Mindy says it requires higher metrics. Yes, they do require a lot from you. So Cordelia has a quote in there. I'll let you guys read it. Sorry if you're watching the replay or listening. You're not going to see it, but go to Fast Turn Radio and check it out. All right, last thing. Oh, wait, there were some offered. Can't find anything. Okay. Fees are the same. Yeah, right now there's no additional fee to be a part of the program. There may be down the road, but at that point, you can always opt out. You don't have to stay in the program. You can opt out of it, according to what I read. Last thing, Dan Metters, who was our guest, last week and the week before, I think, maybe 2 weeks ago. I'm sorry, I'm kind of losing track of my dates. Has a new Facebook group, and it's all about wholesale. So I'm pretty excited about, to see what comes out of that and to have you guys have access to Dan because I got a ton of great feedback from Dan as a guest. What in the world is it called? Is it FBA Wholesale? Yes, FBA Wholesale Community. And all right, there we go. The URL, which he got fixed, good job, Dan, is facebook.com/groups/wholesale community. All right. And the official name of it is FBA Wholesale Community. So you can either search FBA Wholesale Community or just go to facebook.com/groups/wholesale community. Free group. It's closed, but they're letting everybody in who wants to join. Right now, there's over 100 members. And I think it's going to be a cool group. You guys are going to have access directly to Dan. And I know a lot of you guys will want that because you asked me for it. There you go. Oh, thank you. Cordelia put the link up. So, all right. And I believe that's it. Right at 9 o'clock. Hopefully you guys got a little bit of information out of tonight's show. And I appreciate the 60 some people who showed up. Got 60 participants here now. Thank you so much for showing up live. Catch the replay on YouTube at fastturnradio.com. Or also you can catch the audio file on soundcloud.com/fastturnradio. Thank you, everybody. Chris Bond, cheers, brother. Awesome to see you here. Thank you so much. And Leron and Alan. Alan gave me some tips this week. I want to thank him for those. I haven't had time to implement them, but man, giving, this is a giving community. It's amazing we're all competitors at the end of the day because you guys are just, you give so much. Cordelia is awesome. B, Vicky. All right, guys, going to shut it down. Have a great week. We'll be back next week, 8 p.m., and we'll continue with the road to 500K, and who knows what else happens along the way. And I'll bring you all the latest and greatest. So until then, night, guys.